adding dissimilar fractions. When you say dissimilar fractions, these are fractions with different denominators. For example, 1/4 and 5/9. 1/4 and 5/9 are considered dissimilar fractions because again, they have different denominators. Now, how are we going to add dissimilar fractions? We will learn that through our examples. So let's have the first one. What is 2/7 added by 2/5? These are the steps that we'll follow to add these dissimilar fractions. Okay. Now let's solve here. 2/7 plus 2/5. According to our steps, what we will do first is to change dissimilar fractions into similar fractions by getting the least common denominator, or LCD. When you say LCD, it means the LCM of our denominators, which in this case are 7 and 5. So let us recall how to find the LCM of two numbers. Let's have 7 and 5. Since 7 and 5 are already prime numbers, that means we'll just simply multiply them to get the LCM. And 7 times 5 is equal to 35. Now, we will use this LCM to replace our different denominators. So we'll have 35 and another 35 here. Since we change our denominators into 35, that means the numerators should also change. And how are we going to do that? We will just simply divide our LCD by the previous denominator. So that will be 35 divided by 7 is 5. Then we will multiply it by the numerator. 5 times 2 is 10. And we write it on top of our LCD. Then we will do the same with the other fraction. 35 divided by 5 is 7 times 2, that is 14. So our new fractions now are 10 over 35 and 14 over 35. Now let's continue solving. Okay, now that our dissimilar fractions are changed into similar fractions, we will now follow the rules in adding similar fractions. 10 plus 14 is 24. Then we copy the common denominator, which is 35. And 24 over 35 is already in its simplest form. Now let's proceed to our next example. What is 1 and 2/6 increased by 2/5? Again, these are the steps that we'll follow to add these dissimilar fractions. We have 1 and 2/6 plus 2/5. Again, let's change them into similar fractions by finding the LCD of 6 and 5. 6 and 5 are already prime numbers, so we'll just have to multiply them to get the LCD, and that will give us 30. We will now change our denominators into 30. And since we changed the denominators into 30, the numerators should also be changed. Again, we'll do that by dividing the LCD by the previous denominator and multiply it to the numerator. 30 divided by 6 is 5 times 2, that's 10. Now let us not forget that we have here a whole number, so let's put it here. Then 30 divided by 5 is 6 times 2, that's 12. Therefore, our new fractions now are 1 and 10 over 30 plus 12 over 30. Since they are now similar fractions, we can now proceed to the rules of adding similar fractions. 1 plus 0 is 1, 10 plus 12 is 22, then we copy the common denominator, which is 30. 22 over 30 is not yet in its simplest form, so let's simplify it. let's use the continuous division method. Let's divide them by 2. 22 divided by 2 is 11. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So the simplest form of 22 over 30 is 11 over 15. That means our final answer will be 1 and 11 over 15. Let's try some more examples. What is 5/6 more than 3/10? Again, since they are dissimilar fractions, we will change them first into similar fractions. Okay, let's find the LCD of 6 and 10. Okay, this time 6 and 10 are not yet prime numbers, so we will divide them by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then we multiply these numbers. 2 times 3 is 6 times 5, that is 30. Okay, therefore the LCD that we will use is 30. Then again, we change as well the numerators since we changed the denominators. 30 divided by 6 is 5 times 5, that's 25. 30 divided by 10 is 3 times 3, that is 9. So our new fractions now are 25 over 30 and 9 over 30. 25 plus 9 is equal to 34 rather. Then we copy the common denominator. As you see, our answer is an improper fraction. So just like what we did in adding similar fractions, if the answer is an improper fraction, we will have to regroup it by changing it into mixed number. So let us divide 34 by 30. Okay, we will have 1, then a remainder of 4. So 34 over 30 will be rewritten as 1 and 4 over 30. However, 4 over 30 is not yet in its simplest form, so we still need to simplify it by using continuous division method. 4 and 30. 4 and 30 are divisible by 2, so let's divide them by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Therefore, the simplified form of 1 and 4 over 30 is 1 and 2/15. And this will be our final answer. Let's have one more example. What is the sum of 2 and 5/9 and 7/12? Again, these are the steps that we will follow. We have 2 and 5/9 plus 7/12. Let's find the LCD of 9 and 12. Okay, so we have divide them by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 is not yet a prime number, so we'll keep dividing. 3 divided by 2. 3 is not divisible by 2, so we'll just copy it. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then we multiply all these prime numbers. 3 times 2 is 6 times 3, that is 18 times 2 will have 36. Therefore, the LCD of 9 and 12 is 36. Then, let's change as well the numerators. Okay, 36 divided by 9 is 4 times 5, that's 20. 36 divided by 12 is 3 times 7, that's 21. Then, let us not forget to copy the whole number here. So, our new fractions now are 2 and 20 over 36 plus 21 over 36. Then we follow the rules in adding similar fractions. 2 plus 0 is 2. 20 plus 21 is 41. Then we copy the common denominator, 36. Our fraction here is an improper fraction, so we will do regrouping. Okay, let's divide 41 by 36. We'll have 1. Then we will have a remainder of 5. So this will be rewritten as 1 and 5 over 36. But let us not forget that we have here a whole number as well. So we'll need to add these 2 by 1. Okay, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then we copy 5 over 36. That means our final answer is 3 and 5 over 36. Okay, so that's it for our lesson for today. Thank you.